Today we're going to be talking about the 10 worst countries to practice medicine as a doctor. We're going to be considering the entire health system of the country. We're going to be considering the history of the country medically, and we're going to be talking about how much doctors get paid there. So remember, the data we got was from an independent website. We are by no means compiling this on our own, so we are going to be putting their website in the description below. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Sorry, I was just trying to show off my table tennis skills. I've been playing for the last 9 years and I don't think I've found anybody that has beat me yet. So if you can play very good tennis, fly over to Makaskala in Russia and then we can make this happen. I'm still gonna win anyway. Amarachi.
At number 10, we have Zambia, formerly known as the Republic of Zambia. The Republic of Zambia has been ranked 10th among the world's worst healthcare systems, with an index of about 0.269 on the WHO's Health System Performance Index. The average life expectancy in Zambia is about 55 years old, which is considered low in the era of modern medicine. So diarrhea is the leading cause of child death because of limited access to good, clean drinking water and sanitation. So there's a shortage of doctors in Zambia, and the ones that are actually present are paid about $834 per month.
Alright, so next is the Republic of Mozambique, which is ranked 8th among the worst healthcare systems in the world. Alright, so apart from Mozambique being one of the poorest countries in Africa, it has a very bad healthcare system, ranging from lack of drugs and facilities to poor electricity and bad compensation for doctors. So the average life expectancy in the country is just about 50 years old, which is very bad and low. So doctors in Mozambique take home about $913 every month. We really do hope things get better for the healthcare system in this country because they have had independence for a long time now, and let's not forget to say it's a no-go place destination for a doctor because it's very bad for a doctor to go through 6 years of med school and get just about $900 a month. For humanitarian reasons, I would advise you to, but if you are planning to settle down and build a financial stability, then I would advise you to go elsewhere.
The Republic of Malawi, which is also considered as the warm heart of Africa, has one of the worst healthcare systems. Malawi has the 7th poorest healthcare system in the world. So this country has 19 doctors assigned to 1 million people, and that is a very low ratio, with a life expectancy of just 54 years and a payment of $9,000 per year for doctors. This is a very bad place to practice medicine.
Alright, so the next on the list is Liberia. Liberia is a country located in Africa, and as you have noticed, most of the countries I've been mentioning in Africa. So this should tell you something, that Africa as a continent has a very bad healthcare system. I really do hope that in future things will improve for our continent. Liberia has about 14 doctors per 1 million people, which is very impractical. If you're a doctor in Liberia, you would have to be catering for about 71,000 patients just to you, which is bad, impractical, and bad. Alright, so this one is very bad. The life expectancy of Liberia, people living in Liberia, is just 47 years. It is just midlife for a lot of countries. People have midlife crisis by the time they are 40 years old. So if you are dying by the time you are 47, then it says a lot about the healthcare system. I really do hope that the Liberian government and the international community, that is the WHO and the UN, is able to improve things in this country. Alright, so many of you don't know, but I am actually Nigerian. How are they? Alright, so the next country on the list is the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as they like to call it. Or recently they proposed a bill to change the name to the United African Republic. I never went through how I don't know how it would have been called, but basically Nigeria as a country is supposed to be the economic giant of Africa, but we have one of the worst healthcare systems in the world. I was in Nigeria once and I understand how bad things happen there. On this list, it comes on the number 5. It is very embarrassing because we are the economic giants of Africa and we should do better. Alright, so there is a very large patient to doctor ratio in that country, and many doctors are leaving because of the harsh economic reality. Many doctors that graduate even in Nigerian institutions travel to places Saudi Arabia, the UK, and the United States of America. Some of us are here and we don't even plan to go back to practice in that country because of one, the lack of facilities, two, the lack of respect for doctors and all of that. So we hope that things will change in that country, and one of my life's mission is to change the healthcare system, transform it completely. After I have the resources and I have the knowledge and I have the ability to do that in future. Nigeria as a country faces most of our problems medically because we have a population of over 200 million people, which doubled from 46 million in 1930, which is very big. By 2070, we're expected to have a population of 400 million people.
On number 4, we have the Democratic Republic of Congo. Their biggest problem here is poor healthcare systems and corruption, and not to mention that they also had civil wars, and that also contributes to their lack of proper economic performance. With a rating of 0.17, Congo have one of the worst, poorest healthcare systems in the world. And come to talk about it, they have a life expectancy of about 48 years, which is obviously very poor. If you're a doctor that wants to go practice in Congo, Congo, you should keep in mind that the salary for each doctor is about $350 per month. That is low for 7 years in medicine.
Okay, so the Republic of the Union of Myanmar. Wait a second.
Myanmar.
So previously known as Burma, this country has yes, it's not from Africa, I should say that. Right, so this country has the second worst healthcare systems in the whole world, and it's not an African country. All right, I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy people are dying. I'm not happy that they have a very bad healthcare system. Guys, I'm just happy it's not from Africa. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. All right, so doctors in these countries are, first of all, their hospitals are understaffed. They don't have a lot of facilities due to the fact that they have a lot of civil wars and political crisis in their country. Recently, there was a coup, and the democratic government was replaced by the military government, and they're having a lot of problems in their country. And I don't think the government is focusing on healthcare or education or any other major aspect of living in that country. All right, so they have 6 doctors per 1 million people in Myanmar, which is very bad, very, very bad. Hey Siri, what is 1 million divided by 6?
1 million divided by 6 is approximately 166,666.6666.
Yeah, it's just bad, it's just bad. All right, so doctors in that country get about $200 a month, and even though I don't have a lot of money, I still know $200 is very little money. It's like my pocket money for a month. So imagine if I go through med school for 6 years and then you pay me $200 a month. So I think the world needs to recognize what doctors do more. I thought that after the COVID-19 they will understand the value of medical professionals and treat them better, their welfare. But till now, nothing has been done. During the COVID-19 crisis, they didn't go to call any footballer to save the day. No politician was called to come save the day. No teacher was called to come save the day. It was basically just the healthcare system. And I'm not saying all these other jobs are irrelevant, but come on, we should understand what is priority. The world should learn to recognize the value of healthcare professionals and not joke with their welfare.
And number 1 on the list, unfortunately, we're back to Africa, is the Republic of Sierra Leone. This is the country with the worst healthcare system in the whole world. Their WHO Healthcare Performance System Index is about 0.00. That is how low they are. Very low, and it's due to their internal civil wars and violence that honestly literally broke up the whole country. So that's why their healthcare systems are also having issues. So the doctors in this country, they earn about $500 a year.
All right, so we're also going to put in another country that is not on the WHO bad healthcare systems rating, although it has a relatively very good healthcare system. It's a very bad destination for doctors, and the title of this video was worst places to practice medicine for doctors. So this country is Cuba. It's a socialist republic, and in the 1960s or something, there was a revolution, and the socialist government came into power through Fidel Castro. And you know how the things went, the sanctions and the rigmarolling with the US government, the assassination attempts, and the isolation from the world led them to have a very bad economy, and in relation, a very bad healthcare system. No, they have a good healthcare system, but they pay doctors up to $800 a year. $800 a year is very bad. It is really bad. If you go through 6 years of med school, you understand that you deserve to be paid a lot more, because you can't have people that didn't go to school or people that didn't work really hard to be where you are earning way more than what you get every year, and it's very bad. You see doctors in Cuba who went to 6 years of med school driving taxi cabs, because of course the taxi driver that drive tourists around, we earn relatively more than a doctor that went to school for 6 years. So we are mentioning these countries not because we are trying to make fun of this country. I'm mentioning them, calling it out to the world, so that you might for some time maybe use your voice. If you're a celebrity or if you have some level of influence, you speak out against the corruption and the mismanagement that is happening in these countries to make the healthcare systems better. All right, so the last one is Russia. That is the Russian Federation. Right now we understand the controversy that is going on with Russia. But even before now, it was not very good. I will admit to you that Russia has one of the best healthcare systems in the world. They have very few competitors, but they have very, very bad pay for doctors. You can come here, get a very good medical education, but if you want to work in Russia, you're going to be receiving less than about $300 in a month, which is bad considering that Russia is a superpower and they're a developed nation.